of the major leg ups that Donald, is it legs up or leg ups? I think it's legs up. I was wrong. But one of the major, whatever the saying is, that Donald Trump possesses is the ability to lean on conservative media propaganda outlets like Fox News and Newsmax and OAN, and then the different print media outlets like the Daily Wire and the Daily Caller and the New York Post, even owned by Fox News. He's able to lean on these organizations to do the dirty work for him, to obfuscate for him, to drill down on ancillary details of the case, or the cases in this case, and confuse viewers. Viewers that are already wildly susceptible to being confused in the first place. After all, they voted for Donald Trump in 2016. They voted for Donald Trump in 2020, and they are dead set on voting for Donald Trump in 2024. Now, let me drill down on the drilling down here. Ainsley Earhardt is a host of the Goofy Morning Show over at Fox News. She is someone who is famous for, and I think I'm the last one to own this particular clip. I never see this clip where she yells at a co-host, "What about the majority? I'm so tired of protecting the minority." This is the woman we're talking about. And as a reminder, here's that clip that I'm lucky to still possess.
I do want to say that it is because we protect the rights of the minority, and listen, we have separation of church and state in this country.
What about the majority?
Okay, the majority.
So tired of protecting the minority. What about the majority?
Okay, the majority.
So tired of protecting the minority.
Can you feel the warmth and the love? The American ideals that we all strive for? That is the woman we're talking about now. And she's carrying a lot of water for Donald Trump relative to this trial, or the trials that he faces, the 91 criminal counts across 4 separate indictments, our criminal ex-president of the United States. And when I talk about the obfuscation that's taking place right now, what they're doing is drilling down on one particular thing. And in this case, they're just talking, this is just about an NDA. All this is about assigning a non-disclosure agreement to someone. This is corporations do this all the time. This is just what businesses do. That's the first clip. And then the next one is obfuscation like you've never seen, where she goes through the scenario. It's this straw man that she's building to make it impossible for a Fox News viewer to pierce the veil of her stupidity. First, watch her talk about just the everyday goings-on of business.
Do you think this is just compensation for a non-disclosure agreement, which happens all the time in big businesses especially?
Well, it is, and I expect the Trump team to focus on 2 themes in their opening arguments today. The first is that Trump did not have actual knowledge of how these payments were classified. That's key. He has to have known. And what I think they're going to argue is that it was someone else, like a lower level associate at Trump Tower, who characterized them as legal expenses and a retainer. But he had no idea how they were actually labeled. And 2, that they were in fact legal expenses, that compensation for an NDA actually can be characterized as a legal retainer or expenses, because what else would you call them?
You see, this is a whole lot of very specific sanitizing of what's taking place here. He didn't know about the payment. He didn't know how it was classified. It's just an NDA. This is how businesses get done. What was that NDA for? Ainsley? Can somebody remind me? Is anybody around who can remind me what the NDA was for? Was it because while his wife was at home taking care of their newborn son, Barron, he was out raw dogging a porn star and then wanted to keep it quiet in order to protect the run for president that he was currently in? Was it that? He's a grown man. Which leads me to my next clip. She would have you believe that he was either in 8th grade or a 30-year-old, just a 30-year-old doing what people do. This is all a nothing burger, according to Fox News and the idiot who's so tired of protecting the minority, Ainsley Earhardt. Watch this one.
consequence of this case that could be life-altering for the former president. And that's in the hands of these 12 people.
Does this set a precedent for other people who want to run for president? What if they've done something like this in the past and they could say, oh, well, they told me in 8th grade they wanted to run for president, so since they paid off a girl when they were 30 years old, then that was election interference.
Right, because they knew that somehow in 30 years they were going to be presidents. They were trying to contribute to themselves and not report it. Exactly. This whole thing is crazy. And
exactly. This whole thing is crazy. 8th grade, a 30-year-old. Donald Trump was in his late 60s when this took place. And even if he was in his 30s when it happened, it doesn't let him off the hook. A crime is a crime. And even how that clip started off with, yeah, this could fundamentally change his life. This could really impact his life. These 12 people have his life in their hands. Like every criminal defendant that faces a jury ever in the history of our country. This is how it works. If you commit a crime, you should expect that there may be consequences for that when authorities or if authorities find out, and you could face jail time for your crime, for your violation of the public trust. We all abide by these rules. It's only Donald Trump who has set the minions of propaganda against the rest of us to try to convince us that it's okay, that he should be let off. If I was in this situation, I would surely be facing consequence. But because it's Donald Trump, because he is their dear leader, because he is the cult leader, they cannot stand it. So the woman who's tired of protecting the minority is here for Donald Trump. She is putting everything reputationally on the line, what reputation she has, to defend him, to stick up for him, to obfuscate the issues and make it seem like it's some sanitary legal thing. It's just a technicality. There's no crime here. Another day in the life of a Fox News host, I guess. You have to debase yourself and go where no one wants to go. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can leave a comment below that would trigger YouTube to share this content with unsuspecting new audience members. So if you want to get back at the people who don't know and you want to put them in the same situation as you, comment below and trigger YouTube to do that. You can also leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. I would love to hear from you. If you want to help support this work, if you want to help me make these videos, click the join button below this video on YouTube, become a channel member for $2 a month. You can also go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Those are great ways to help support the work. Follow me on social media if that's your thing. I am in no way advocating that you sign up for social media to follow me because it is a musty hellscape on social media. But if you're already there and you want to suffer along with me, I'm at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. I'll see you next time. You too, Ainsley Earhardt. Be genuine. Take care of one another.